Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to my channel. This is Nova Gnome Creations, and I'm Nova, and I'm so glad that you decided to join me today. It is Yarn Fairy Friday, and you know what that means. Little Amigurumi. So if this is your first time here, in the description, I have a link to my Yarn Fairy Friday playlist if you want to get the lowdown and maybe see some cute things you haven't seen. There is a whole story here. The first video in my Yarn Fairy Friday playlist, I go into a lot more detail about the whole shebang. But to give you the gist, there is somebody on YouTube named Crystal. And she has a YouTube channel. It is Chronically Crocheting, which I will have also linked in my description. And she had a dream for Halloween. Her grandkids wanted to know what she would be for Halloween, and she had this idea of being a yarn fairy. And as a yarn fairy, she would be able to dress up in yarny clothes and use little miniature skeins of yarn and all this really cute thing, really cute concept. And she would have a little wand or a staff or something, and she would magically create amigurumi, little yarny creations. And she loved this idea. She was just if only I could do this. But because of being chronically ill, and also there's really not that much time before Halloween, there just was no way it was possible. There was no way she was going to be able to make all of these amigurumi. So everybody on YouTube, everybody who watches her videos, everybody who watches Llama Mama Kayla's videos, and everybody who watches my videos, I guess now too, has been super, crusading for this to happen. We're busting out the amigurumis, we're coming on here for Yarn Fairy Fridays, we're making this happen for her, because it's all of our collective dream now. As yarny friends, we all have this dream now. So on Fridays, I get on here, and I make a video, and I show you what I made this week. And if anyone has sent in any pictures of what they've made, I post those too. I put those at the end of my video and do a little montage. And the idea behind Yarn Fairy Fridays is if you make one amigurumi a week, anybody who chooses to or is able to, makes one amigurumi a week, by the end of this time period, since we started it, you would have 8 amigurumis to send, and 8 amigurumis is a lot of amigurumis if every person is sending 8. And a lot of people aren't making one amigurumi a week. They're making quite a few amigurumi. So one amigurumi a week was just a fun little goal. And I thought, hey, over time, this is super doable. A lot of people have time to make one amigurumi a week, and it'll add up and make a really big difference. So we do Yarn Fairy Fridays as just a fun little celebration. It's a really nice way to cap off the week, show what we've made, kind of have fun with it, and we're also working towards a really cool goal. So a lot of people have already sent things in. If you want to see those, check out Crystal's channel. She has opened up quite a lot of packages of amigurumi. And if you want to see some of them, also in my old videos, like I said, I have the Yarn Fairy Friday playlist, and I will pop any new pictures I have gotten to my email in the end. So if you would like to participate, you still have time. We still have 3 Yarn Fairy Fridays. That might include today. I don't know. I don't have the calendar pulled up yet right now, but we still have 3 of them, so you have plenty of time to participate if you want to. The idea is the last one, the last one will be the 30th, so that you can have time to get it shipped and it get to her in time. She's going to be going to visit her grandchildren about halfway through the month, I believe October 18th, if I remember right. And you want to make sure that you have a few weeks, your stuff's in the mail, it has a few weeks to get there, because you just can't count on it being there within a few days like it should be. So yeah, I think that that was a really good, quick little rundown. Hey, like exactly 5 minutes. So, like I said, if you want more detail instead of a little like skimming over everything, check out those other videos. And if this is not your first Yarn Fairy Friday, thank you so much for coming back to hang out. And don't feel pressured to send anything in if you're not able to, or you can't, or you just don't really want to make amigurumi, but you're here, you're hanging out, you're having fun, you're posting supportive comments, you know, like you're putting out that positivity into the world. You are doing fantastic. You have no reason to feel bad. You have no reason to feel sorry. And if you are participating and, you know, creating amigurumi and sending amigurumi, that is fantastic. And thank you so much for that also. Before I show you what I'm doing today, I just want to remind you that in the description for my video, I have a little bank of, like little amigurumi patterns. They're just free little patterns that I, or, some of you guys have found on the internet. They might be YouTube tutorials, they might be Instagram pictures, with tutorials on them, stuff like that, and they're all free, and they're in the description if you're looking for some little amigurumis, either for Yarn Fairy Friday, or maybe you're wanting to make something for your kids, or your grandkids, or, you know, little Joey that lives down the street. Those are there, and if you have any cool things that you would like me to add to the list, I'm always looking for some new little amigurumis to add to our Yarn Fairy Friday list. Alright guys, I think the spiel is done. I think that everybody knows what's going on, and we can hop into it. So today I made one little silly amigurumi, and then I thought that we could make one little silly amigurumi together. So to show you first my one little silly amigurumi that's already made. Derp de derp. Will I focus you on him? It is just this little angel. And he's just yellow and blue with green eyes and a green bottom, but whatever. And he is silly, and he is extremely soft. He's made of chenille yarn, and just like a little silly simple thing. And Link's coming up to say hi. Hi, Link. Hi. Hi. Come here. You can't go that way. He was trying to go the other way, and I have so much stuff over there right now. That would be a hot mess. Hi. What you doing? Are you coming to flash people your butthole? Why do you always try to do that? Anyways, the other thing that I thought we could do is, what is it that you think of when you think of Halloween songs? I'll give you a minute. Think of like a standard Halloween song. You got your Halloween song in your head? Now think, is there anything that could be made amigurumi-wise from this Halloween song? Now, to be fair, there are probably a lot of Halloween songs that you could make an amigurumi from, but I have one specifically in mind. And that is a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. So we're going to make a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. So if you want to get some purple yarn and you want to attempt to make a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater with me, that's what we're going to do today. That's what I'm going to do today. So we can hang out, and he looks so pissy. There, I focused the camera on him since he was blurry. We can hang out and we can get crafty, and yours doesn't have to look anything like mine. The fun with these, I really like doing these little hodgepodge, random, unscripted amigurumis, because they're for little kids and they have creative imaginations, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, it's not like a perfectionist type of project. Like, you can really just have fun and be creative with it. So I'm going to switch you guys down to crafting level and get my supplies. Alrighty guys, now that we are down on working level, we are going to make ourselves a one-eyed, one-horned, flying, purple, people, eater. All right, so the first thing that we probably should figure out is, what do we need for our one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater? Well, obviously, we are going to need one eye, one horn, two wings. Let's see, where will we write it? Two wings, a body, and potentially a mouth. We will see when we get that far. So these are the things that we are going to need to create. And like I said, you can either follow along with me and kind of do what I do, or you can do completely your own thing. Either way, I would love to see what you make. So definitely share with me if you want to. So I think the first place to start is probably going to be making a body. So I'm thinking for this, a ball is simple, easy, and will look good. So let me grab my hook. I'm using a worsted weight yarn and a 3.75 hook, which is, oh man, I can't read that. It's all wiped off. I think an F. It is extremely wiped off. So the first thing that we're going to do is make a ball. I'm going to start out with a magic circle. You can start out with your preferred method of starting. If you like to do that, that little chain and then go into the first chain or whatever, you can do that. And then I'm just going to throw 6 single crochets into my magic circle. And this isn't really a tutorial, but more like a crochet along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just thought it would be fun. I don't know why it popped in my head. I'm closing my magic circle now, and I'm just going to increase, which is 2 single crochets in every stitch around. It just popped in my head this morning. I was like thinking about what I wanted to do on my Yarn Fairy Friday video, and for some reason I was like, we should make a one-eyed, one-horned flying purple people eater. And I actually told that to my husband before he left for work, and he was like so confused in his barely awake state, and he's like, okay. So if anybody does make this along with me, definitely let me know in the comments. I can't remember. I think that was the first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I thought so. 11, 12, and then I'm just gonna cinch this magic circle the rest of the way closed. Give her a good tug. Alright, and then single crochet increase. So I'm going to throw a single crochet, and then I'm going to grab a stitch marker. Pull some yarn out. You should see the skein that I'm working with. It is not a skein. This is a very, very small floppy remnant of yarn. So perfect for a small amigurumi. All right, there's my single crochet. So now I just need to increase. So these Yarn Fairy Fridays have been so fun. I'm going to be pretty sad when they're over. I'm not going to lie. I was thinking about it today. I'm like, man, we're in our last month of doing these. And it's halfway through the month. Like, today's the 16th, so it's pretty much exactly halfway through the month. I'm like, our Yarn Fairy Fridays are numbered, guys. They're numbered. So single crochet increases all the way around is what I'm doing. You can feel free to do however you like. I have no idea what I'm going to do for the wings yet. I'm like, I could do just like little circles. That's usually what I do on my bees. But I don't know if that's right for the flying purple people eater. I'm starting, the next row is going to be 2 single crochets and then an increase all the way around. I feel like the flying purple people eater wouldn't have round, like little circle wings. But I don't know. We'll have to see when we get that far. I'm planning ahead a little bit. The one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. Actually, I'm also curious, have any of you guys not heard that song before? I feel like it's like a classic, but, you know, not all of my viewers are even American, and I don't know if they have that song, like they listen to that song anywhere else. So it would be interesting to hear if everybody's actually heard of that song before, or if you were just like, what in the world are you talking about? Do 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 do. Sure looks strange to me. I think I'll do another round. So that was 2 single crochets and then an increase. Yeah. So now I'm going to do 3 single crochets. And then an increase. Alrighty. That's probably good. So I'm gonna just take off my stitch marker and start single crocheting around until I feel like I've got a pretty decent sized ball going. Maybe even a little bit of a cylinder. Because I'm thinking I'm going to have one big eye and one horn and then the wings. I want it to be small, obviously, because that's kind of the idea of these amigurumi. Being small enough to, you know, be little trick-or-treat items. So if you are doing this along with me, you can just crochet around in a spiral until you feel like you've got a bit of a ball formed up. And then once you feel like you've got enough, make sure that you flip it the right side out if you want to anyways, which will be the side with the magic circle tail on the inside. And then you will just do the same thing that we did at the beginning, but decreasing instead of increasing. So single crochet, I believe we single crocheted 4 for our last one, didn't we? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we single crocheted 3. So when we get done with this part and go back to decrease, we'll single crochet 3 and then we'll decrease all the way around, and then single crochet 2, decrease all the way around, single crochet 1, decrease all the way around, and then decrease all the way around and close her up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, so I just came back to stuff this. I just finished doing 2 single crochet decrease round. So I just have 1 single crochet decrease round and decrease round left. But I forgot to mention that we needed to stuff this. I was like, okay, just make the ball and close it up. So I came back to stuff it. And I'm just sticking some polyfill in it. And as we close it up a little bit more, we can continue to add polyfill. But we can add a good amount in now so that we can shape it up. Make it nice and firm. And then just reattach your hook. And you can start your next round and throw your stitch marker back in. And now you can finish it off and close it up. Alrighty, and we've got our ball finished. It's got a little bit of polyfill stuck on the outside, but I think this is a good size, nice and palm sized, and nice and spherical. So the next thing that we need for our one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater is a horn. So I've got a couple of options. And I think, let's see. Got to kind of figure out what I want to do. So to make the horn, if you want to make this smaller one, which is about the size of a thumbnail or the tip of your thumb, this was a magic circle with 4 single crochets, single crochet 4 for the next round, increase in the next round in each stitch, then single crochet 8 for the next round, and then for the last round single crochet 1 increase and alternate that. And if you would like to make this bigger one, which these are actually the same size, they look a little bit different sized, but they're not. It's just a magic circle of 4, single crochet 4, increase around again, single crochet 8 again, single crochet increase again. It's literally the same as the other one. The only difference is you'll do 1 more round with a single crochet of 12. So that is how I made my horn. You can obviously make your horn however you want. And I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to want to place my horn, like how I'm going to want to configure it. Thinking maybe the little one on the forehead, and then my big eye. You know what? I'm going to get my eye out. So I've got some options here. I've got some googly eyes. And then I also could do a crochet eye. So I've got some crocheted eyes here as well. So here is my eye options. And then for the googly eyes, I have pink, yellow, green, blue, red, And I think that's all of the options. Yeah. So, and they come in a few different sizes. But I'm thinking for this project, I definitely want to use the largest one because it's really not that big. So if I do a googly eye on my one-eyed, one-horned flying purple people eater, Mario, no. It'll look something like this, which is very perfect for a one-eyed, one-horned flying purple people eater, honestly. I'm really thinking I'll probably go the googly eye route. Here's another option, and then a slightly bigger option of that, and then a white inverted option. And I could always layer it. That actually sorry, I had to get a drink. That actually could look pretty cool to kind of emphasize the eye. So, but either way, I'm thinking, I'll just hold this here for the moment. I'm thinking the eye will go on the front, and then the horn maybe like right above it. So this is the smaller horn, and this is the larger horn. Okay, well, I'm going to weigh my options with these and attach them, and then poof, magically you will see which one I picked. And boom. So here is what I decided to do for my one-eyed, one-horned, not yet flying purple people eater. I went ahead and did the bigger horn, and I did the white for the eye, but I took that blue off of it and added this big blue googly eye. I think it really emphasizes the one-eyed aspect of our purple people eater to have this big white circle also. It's really reminding me of Monsters, Inc. right now. Mike Wazowski! So now I have to come up with something to do for the wings. And I'm still of the mind that I don't know about putting just little circle wings on it. I feel like we might want to do something a little bit different. So let's just try something. I'm going to try chaining. And I don't know if this will work, so you don't necessarily have to do this with me. But I'm going to attempt, if I can make a slip knot, I'm going to attempt to make kind of an L shape. So I'm going to chain, let's see. I'm going to try chaining. I'm going to try chaining 6 and see how that goes. I'm going to skip the first stitch and go into the second and throw a single crochet in there. And then I'm just going to single crochet my way down. And then I'm going to chain. I'm going to chain 6 again. And go to the second chain from my hook and single crochet my way back down except for the first chain. So I'm going to leave that first chain unchained. And then I'm going to chain 6 again, I think. Actually, I think this time I will chain... I'll chain 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5, skipping that first chain, single crocheting into the second, third, and fourth. And I think that this kind of makes an interesting wing to put on the side. Like that. So I'm going to go ahead and make a second one and attach those on there. If you needed a recap of what I did chain 6 and then go into the second chain from the hook and crochet back down. Then I chained 6 again. And I went into the second chain from the hook, crocheted back down, but not into the first stitch. Then I crocheted 5, went into the second chain from the hook, crocheted back down, but not into that first stitch, and then I got this shape. But this is completely random. It may not look like a wing. I think it will, though, once it's on. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, they are attached. I did make a little boo-boo without even thinking about it. I didn't make sure that the wings were both facing the same direction. So my long one is in the back on this side and the other long one is in the front on this side. I definitely intended for them to go the same direction since I staggered the height of them. But, you know, it's okay. I think it still looks good. I think we've still got our one-eyed flying purple people eater. And I am happy with it. I'm glad that I switched to doing the wings like this. I was originally going to do like an L shape, and then when I started doing it, started working it up, I was like, actually, I have an idea, because these are kind of like a little bit more like bat wings or something, you know? And I thought they would go better for like a monster. So here is what we've got, and I will zoom out and rejoin you. All right, my beautiful friends, here is our finished one-eyed, one-horned flying purple people eater. And he is quite the interesting little character. Can't say I've ever seen anything quite like him. Just what I would expect from a flying purple people eater. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little fun quick make. And if you made one yourself, I would love to see what yours looks like, whether or not you followed along with me or you made your own. I'm sure ours will all look a little different, even if you did do yours the same way that I did mine. I hope everybody has a wonderful Friday, and stay tuned for any pictures that I have received to my email of the things that you guys have sent in. And thank you so much for those who are participating, whether it's sending in your pictures and sending things off to Crystal, whether it's hyping people up in the comments. Whatever it is that you're doing, thank you so much for being involved, and thank you for being here. I love you all, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys!